Certainly the most pressing agenda item today was the Wuhan virus.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Wednesday said that the group of 7 economies during a virtual meeting discussed what he said was a disinformation campaign by Beijing on what he referred to as the Wuhan coronavirus. The outbreak began in Wuhan, Hubei province late last year, and Pompeo repeated previous charges that China had delayed sharing important information that critics say could have been critical to slowing the spread.
There was a lot of discussion today amongst the G7 about the intentional disinformation campaign that China has been and continues to be engaged in. You see it in the social media, you see it in remarks from senior people inside the Chinese Communist Party talking about whether this was a U.S. brought to China. I mean, this is crazy talk.
Trump last week defended referring to the coronavirus as the, quote, Chinese virus.
As you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen, not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
Pompeo appeared to dodge a question from a journalist about a report that said he wanted to refer to the coronavirus as the, quote, Wuhan coronavirus in a joint statement from the G7.
The German magazine Der Spiegel was saying that at the G7 that he wanted them to use the term Wuhan virus, and that perhaps caused some rift among the partners. Is that the case, and do you believe that the nomenclature is that important that needs to be an international document?
And with respect to the statement, I always think about these meetings, the right answers to make sure we have the same message coming out of it. I'm confident that when you hear the other 6 foreign ministers speak, they will have a common understanding of what we talked about today. And we will talk about the things that we have agreement on, and I'm sure they'll express a handful of places like the JCPOA where we have tactical differences about to achieve our strategic outcomes.
Despite the rhetoric, Pompeo said now was not the time for pointing fingers, but to discuss ways to resolve the crisis, which has infected over 400,000 and killed nearly 20,000 worldwide.